Viewers and subscribers, welcome to CMR TV. Turn your post notification on if you have already subscribed. If you haven't subscribed, please do so right now. We're here to talk about Masicka, Vybz Cartel. That is the topic for the past week or 2 weeks, going on 2 weeks now. And everybody and their mother speak. Music specialists, analysts, vloggers, content creators, the fans and everybody. And to be honest, everybody's saying, oh, Vybz Cartel should answer to Masicka. And I said this clear in many reviews before. And I said, I don't want to see that. It is not going to be entertaining. And I don't see the sense of it for the younger generation of the music.
You understand, so when me drop reviews I just facts man attack. I'm gonna chat that from me heart. The way them do them thing you know, see I me school them. The whole of them way you see I did me students them. Me never care if none of them I did real friend. Inna them vlog me hear the post and them a style man again.
You understand me? Vybz Cartel got his crown dancer, era dancer, king dancer, all of the crowns and all of the accolades, and he's focusing on legacy moves. He's focusing on the mega run for the Grammys and the pension runs. So I feel like Vybz Cartel has already done everything in the game, and it's not gonna be beneficial for Masicka. It's gonna be more beneficial for Vybz. Masicka need to focus on building the career we have, build the fan base we have, and the real true competition Masicka needs is the one from Alkaline. And a lot of people might see and listen to this and might not understand the reason why I said this. And as I stated before, they are young, their brains are sharp, they have a lot to gain, and not only that, they can grow in the music industry together. Masicka and Vybz Cartel cannot grow. Not only that, Vybz already knows his shortcomings. Vybz already know that he cannot compete on the highest level like he once did. Yes, we know his brain works. Yes, we know he has his fan base. And as we mentioned something about the fan base, you can see how this wouldn't even be a fair fight for Masicka. Masicka could drop the wickedest songs against a Vybz Cartel and his fans won't ref the game fair. That is why we don't need the fans to become the ultimate say of who they believe win in a bias clash. You have to find the music analysts. You have to find the unbiased vloggers. And I'm not talking about the vloggers who are being grouped out. I call them grouped out because, they get posted by their favorite artists, so they feel compelled to talk in towards or for their artists. And you all know these type of vloggers, the ones that are being bought out. You understand me? So when I see even narratives on the internet, I notice a lot of them, they are mad at Masicka because Masicka no longer represent what they wanted him to represent, Gaza. Because they knew the time for Vybz Cartel is twinkling down and they're going to need their representative. And that was Masicka. Because he was endorsed by Vybz and he's against Alkaline. I wouldn't even say he's against Alkaline. He's a worthy opponent for Alkaline. Because I don't think each of these artists are against each other. I just believe they are for each other, but they want to compete. And that is why I said, this narrative that everybody is talking about, just looking at it deeper, what can Masicka gain? Except these biased fans aren't going to be true. Because look at this. If Masicka had clashed any artist and did not have a difference between the Gaza nation, they would have said everything Masicka dropped are the baddest thing in history. But because they are so upset, if you notice, these fake polls are being generated on one side platform, maybe, or one area in the country. Now, all you have to understand is that Masicka, and I've said it before, is going to come down under pressure where it is going to look at him as if, yo, listen, dog, yo, you're nobody out again, All because he's no longer branding himself with the Gaza. So, the narrative of you guys stating, yo, Cartel for answer, leave Cartel alone. The best thing for him to do is focus on changing minds, opinions, and viewpoint of him. Him just being called around with Masicka name is just benefiting him. The narrative needs to be Alkaline and Masicka because those are the two promising acts. Unless new acts come up. Unless somebody come up ready for Massacre, ready for Alkaline, then we mix that. That's how it goes. But the only lyrical confrontation and battle I want to see is Alkaline and Massacre, because they are too talented, witty, and also have much to gain. And as we have always said many times, Movado Cartel, we see how that goes. Being a Bunty, we see how that goes. You really are going to think there's an error for Massacre Cartel? No. No. And even if Massacre and Cartel go at it and Massacre so happen to come out victorious, what Vybz Cartel did in the past cannot be rewritten. It's history. And he has already accomplished that. So what is it? And like I said in the review that I did before, Massacre don't really care to have a confrontation with Cartel. He's prepared for it, but he don't really care. You know why? Because he just want you and the fans to be the same like you are towards Alkaline, towards him. Simple as that. So keep him name talking about. But all the commenters, I want to hear, do you really want to see a Massacre Alkaline or a Massacre Cartel? Which is more promising? Which is more of a longevity? Because at the end of the day, Vybz Cartel can even start a clash with Massacre and drop 2 songs and say, I hate that, because like I said, he has proven himself already. And given the fact that Massacre dropped the song name System will cause so much problems, I know that people are in their feelings, so they are not going to want to stand up and even give any attention to it. Behind the scenes, a lot of artists supposed to be encountered in lyrical confrontation from even the Gaza camp, and word that came from Vybz Cartel, let's say allegedly, but it's from some source that I know are credible. Yo, mash up that clash there. And that is why I never even get the clash with Cartel. And that is why Cartel interject when Popcorn do him thing. You notice him say, yo, Papi, you're going like your free, and lily up a thing. When Six and Chronicle are them a war, he put a cartoon pictures of them and say a cartoon war this. It is historical for Vybz Cartel not to support anything that doesn't entertain or belongs to him or benefit him. Tommy Lee and Massacre war, and at no point in time did Vybz Cartel show support to Tommy Lee, given that that's his son. But when he was in prison, and he wanted the attention to stay on him, because if it is not on him, him a go die out, he interjected in every war. Popcorn, Movado, Popcorn, Alkaline, and then when he got the attention, he ended the yo dog them about you up the one end it. So bro, I don't want nobody in my comment section to be naive unless you are someone who just want to be naive. I am reasoning from logical standpoint, and I am telling how I see it. Why did Vybz do all of that when everybody else at war, when he's behind bar? He got involved. Why didn't he get involved in this situation? I'm going to elaborate on this as a different review, but let's move on to the topic that we're talking about. Massacre should not engage lyrically, as it wouldn't do anything for him, but only if it is beneficial for both, which is him and Alkaline. And that is why I'll tell you that once Alkaline remain and once Massacre remain, that will be an inevitable action, which no one can stop. But this is how they have to go about it. One, they can't just get up and war like everybody has said, because we want them feed up on jugglings. We want them feed up on the same beats. Them need to voice with producers, sometimes with producers they're not comfortable with, but get on the beats and the juggling, and let's see who take it. When Vado and Cartel are war, you have other artists on the beat, but Cartel and Vado war. Whether it is a girl song Vado sing, it a shade. Whether it is a girl song Cartel sing, it a shade. Badman song, it no matter. We can say the same. Alkaline and Massacre upon the same beat, that's a automatically competition. And even if they don't shade each other, the mere fact that they're on the beat, because they're rival, the fans are going to look at it like that. Boy, Alka take rhythm. No, dog, a Massacre take rhythm. However, we need ground rules. And if it is that one of the artists voice and the producer beat that is more favorable of one, let's say it's a Massacre producer, not necessarily Massacre producer, but a producer in favor of Massacre, voice more of Massacre and is the first time voicing Alkaline. Please do not release the rhythm to one party like what they did when Alkaline was on a beat where Vybz Kartel was on. They let Vybz Kartel hear Alkaline song. So what may I say to you is, once we can have this integrity in the business, it will go. You drop the rhythm, you tell the artist them say, oh, that vibe me I feel, but you don't put one on it. However, no business. You see me? Because at the end of the day, sometimes it happens in a Cartel and Vado war. Vado dep on a rhythm, Cartel hear the entire song with Vado drop. And don't tell me say I lie, because me not really talk what me no know. So me I try showing you now, this can happen. We can get back the juggling, we can get back the confrontations, and we can get back the competitions. But at a level where the artists are willing, get out of the ego, both of you, and make dancehall nice. We need this for propel the culture. We haven't had it in a while. You understand me? Just like how Alkaline and Popcorn could have been that guy. Popcorn fumble it. Well, Alkaline fumble it too. Because as I said before, someone said it wasn't even Popcorn fault why the clash never happened. They said it was actually the Vendetta camp why the clash with Popcorn never transpired. And to boil on everything in a nutshell, I was told from reliable source that they sent for the rhythm from the Alkaline camp, and the Alkaline camp denied the rhythm to Popcorn, and Popcorn said, no, they don't do anything, and never responded. And that is why we never get the war. However, in this case, we want the warfare. Viewers and subscribers, stay tuned. We have more to talk about. The next topic is going to be why Vybz Kartel left Tamale Panimon. Now, me people might say, but see, you don't know if Cartel linking privately. We don't care. Public support we need. Alright? Viewers and subscribers, CMR TV. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Stay tuned. I'm out.